Hey, welcome back. I'm Dustin.
I'm Leslie.
We're the Wayward Waggs, and we are former full-time RV travelers.
That's right.
But now we're in our house. We're in our studio, and we talk about all kinds of stuff. We do some RV topics still because we are still in touch with the RV community. But the funnest part about this whole thing is Leslie never knows what we're getting ready to talk about.
No, it's scary.
We have a couple of topics today.
Okay.
Stick around for the second one because it's a suggestion that we got from someone to talk about. So if you have a suggestion of something you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it like we're getting ready to do before the end of this video. So stick around for that. But the first thing I want to talk about, and we're kind of going back to RV stuff a little bit, because we've had some people who have traveled through here. We've had a chance to spend some time with some of our RV friends who have stopped in, and we got on the topic of how do we think that these tariffs are going to impact RV life.
I did. I just asked David that over the weekend.
So I did a little research.
Okay.
And got some predictions from some experts, and then we've talked to several people about it and what they think and what they feel. So that's the first thing that we're going to talk about, and then we'll get to the subscriber suggestion topic. Okay. So I got my notes here, so I won't forget. So we're not going to get political. We're not going to tell you our opinions on tariffs and the president and all that stuff. We're just going to talk to you about how we think that these tariffs are going to impact RV life. Now first, before I get into the stuff that I already know, what do you think? How do you think it's going to impact us?
I think it is.
Yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
in the form of, I think parts are going to be harder to get a hold of. Stock up now, just to be safe.
Because a lot of these parts are imported.
From overseas. Yeah. And I do believe that the cost of RVs are going to be impacted. Just like they say cars can be impacted $3,000 to $5,000, maybe even more. Yeah. I think RVs are going to be the same way, if not more.
Yeah, because to keep costs down, these RV manufacturers, they bring in items or they manufacture parts of their stuff that they use to assemble these RVs in other countries. Yeah. So the tariffs definitely will impact. So what they're saying is, and you're exactly right.
Am I?
5 to 7% increase.
I don't know why I question that. I'm always right.
I don't know why I question it either at this point. Because even if I'm right, I'm not right.
That's right. See?
I can be trained.
You can be trained.
5 to 7% increase is what they're predicting.
Really?
If these tariffs hold.
Yeah.
5 to 7% increase. Now, what does that mean? So there's a bunch of different kinds of RVs, bunch of different costs, price points for RVs. Yeah. So it kind of depends on how expensive of an RV that you're getting. So I just did some quick math. If you're talking about like a $50,000 bumper pull RV, you're talking about a $2,500 to $3,500 increase.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
A $100,000 RV, which would be like your more luxury fifth wheels or getting into your fifth wheels and stuff. That's going to be $5,000 to $7,000 increase. Yeah. And then you get into your big Class A's.
Oh God.
You're $200,000 plus. Now you're talking.
Which is already a lot of money.
Yeah. Now you're talking $15,000, $20,000, or even more of a price increase for those types of RVs.
Hopefully. Yeah. Manufacturers are going to minimize the damage as much as possible. Eat some of it themselves. Split it somehow to where it's.
They're not gonna do that.
Because they're already making a ton of money. I mean, let's.
They're not gonna be okay with making less.
But you catch more flies with honey. Yeah. So if you don't make it as impactful on the consumer and you take a little bit of profit hit, you will entice more people to buy your product because you are giving less of a hit. That's my logic.
Yeah. One of the other concerns is that they would start trying to find even cheaper components.
Well, that's the downfall. Then you're losing quality.
And the quality, let's face it, already isn't that great. So if you're going with even cheaper components, now you're talking about more breakage, more downtime, more repairs. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Brooklyn Bedding. We've had our mattress for over 3 years now. We had it in the RV, and now we have a Brooklyn Bedding mattress in the new house.
And it's by far been the best night's sleep we've ever had.
Yeah, and one of the good parts about it is it's factory direct pricing, and so you have to worry about middlemen jacking up the price on you.
And I love that they give you a 120 night sleep trial, so if you don't like it, you can send it back. If you need a different firmness level, they'll swap it out. It's perfect.
Also comes with a 10-year warranty, so if for any reason you have any issues with your mattress over the next 10 years, which is insane,
Yeah.
you can send it back and they'll send you a new one.
And it's shipped for free, direct from the factory in Arizona.
And the best part about it is we can save you 30% on your next purchase of a Brooklyn Bedding mattress. We'll leave a link in the description below. All you have to do is use the promo code WAGS when you check out. Speaking of repairs, it's going to increase the cost of repairs because of the parts that they have to order.
Yes. Yeah, especially if you have like mobile techs come out and they have to get their hands on products.
And these places aren't going to stock as many parts.
No.
They're going to wait for you to come in and say what you need, then they're going to order it. So not only increase in price, you're going to wait longer to get your RV repaired, which is already crazy.
Yeah, they may have one or two of items in stock, but...
Because we've already heard of people waiting months, sometimes up to a year, to get an RV repaired. Yeah. Imagine if it takes even longer than that now, just because there's so many people that need repairs. Yeah. And so it's gonna be scary at first. Yeah. So then, RV techs, mobile techs, they're gonna have to pay that cost difference for those parts. So the cost coming back to you as the consumer. So they say that there will potentially be a drop in new RV sales. Yeah. Just because of the price increase. Not only a drop in new RV sales, but just like kind of like what happened with COVID, there will be an increased demand for used ones. RVs. Yes. So what they're saying is, if you're in the market for a new RV, buy it right now. Right now before limited stock. Because they already have paid for what they have in stock right now. Yes. So those prices aren't going to be impacted. Yeah. The prices are going to be impacted for the new ones that they're making. And if they're outsourcing to find cheaper components, not only are you going to pay more, you're going to get a lower quality product. So if you're in the market for a new RV, buy it now. If you are looking to sell your used RV, wait. Because the demand's going to go up for used RVs at some point. Now, if you're looking to just trade your RV in, it really doesn't matter if you do it now or wait, because it's all going to shift together. Yeah. You're going to get more, but you're going to pay more. So it really doesn't matter on that. But if you're just looking to get out of your RV and sell your RV, wait. But that's what all the experts are saying. Yeah. I think this whole thing's going to shake out. I wouldn't panic. All the dealerships have lots of inventory right now. It's not like empty lots like it was in COVID time. So I would maybe wait just a little bit just to see how this shakes out. Unless you want a very specific floor plan and you're worried that's going to be gone before the tariffs actually impact the market. True. So it will be interesting to keep an eye on, though. Yeah, definitely. And lots of our friends will be impacted by this because people on the road, we're always changing RVs. Yeah. And then a lot of the viewers here, you're looking to start your full-time RV life or start your adventure and get an RV for the first time. So you need to know about this. And I would say people are probably going to stock up on some relatively inexpensive, frequently changed parts. Sure. Like pumps, filters. Certain things that tend to go out. Yeah. That you can do yourself. You don't need techs for, but you might want to stock up as long as you can. Just don't stock up too much. You have enough storage to take that on. Think about your weight. Yes. You don't want to pack on the pounds. But it is something to be. It is. It'll be interesting. So leave us a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on the tariffs, how you think it's going to impact the RV industry. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. So Deb and Joel from Chasing Our Sunshine sent us a request for something to talk about. And it's in the news going on right now. It has nothing to do with RVs, but we're going to talk about it anyway because it's fun and funny to talk about. So the 6 women that just went into space. Oh, Deb, you went there. She said she didn't send it to you because she knows you don't know what's
we
coming
talk
up.
about.
So she sent it to me.
How did I not see this message?
She sent it to me because she's like, I don't want Leslie to know because she don't know what you're going to talk about. So, so they were asking. Now there were 6 women that went into space. The biggest known ones like Katy Perry and Gayle King. and then there was like a producer,
Jeff Bezos' fiance.
Yeah, but those were the big ones.
Yeah.
Like a scientist. I think.
Yeah.
So this was an 11-minute total deal.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't know much about this at first. So I'm like, well, how did they go to the bathroom? Did they get hungry? But then I looked it up and I was like, 11 minutes.
Yeah.
We didn't watch it.
No, we did not see it.
We just saw the news stories and all the
coverage.
stuff.
Yeah.
So 11 minutes, so they didn't really need food or bathrooms or anything like that.
No, it was just a quick trip.
But Deb and Joel's question is, so if you do this, you go on this 11-minute flight into space, you float for a couple of minutes, and then you come back.
You see the world.
Does that make you an astronaut?
Absolutely not. Oh my God. I mean, because to me, that is taking away the hard work and dedication that astronauts have devoted to their profession.
That's like doing a ride along and saying you're a cop.
Or going and doing Richard Petty's racing experience on a racetrack and say you're a NASCAR driver. You're not a NASCAR driver.
Good example.
It is. So, I mean, I get, like, it's so confusing because, I mean, if you go into space, I mean, they call them astronauts. They go into space. So, yeah, you went into space, but...
I agree, though.
You don't get to walk around and tell people you were an astronaut.
No, because they didn't know special training. They didn't go through the NASA stuff. They didn't do any of that stuff. So I ended in 11 minutes. And 11 minutes, that's from takeoff to landing. So, like, most of the time, they weren't even in space. Yeah. So they're only in space for, like, 4 minutes.
But that's an incredible 4 minutes.
Yeah, so
see Earth that way.
Yeah, that brings up the next question that Joel and Deb asked us to talk about was, money's no object. Would you go? Would you do it?
Absolutely, because I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid.
Really?
I wanted I grew up in Florida. I wanted to go to space camp.
Going to space camp would be cool. I would not.
To confirm my passion for that.
I would not want to be an astronaut.
I found out quickly that math is not my strong point.
No.
It's not going to be feasible to go be an astronaut. Math and science, I'm not very strong at.
You gotta be pretty smart. To do all that stuff. But
not to say I'm dumb. I'm just not.
But if you had the chance to do this 11-minute flight, money's no object.
Absolutely.
You would go do it.
That would fulfill a childhood dream.
I would absolutely not do it.
No. Well, you hate flying.
I hate flying.
You don't like to leave the ground, except you like roller coasters.
Roller coasters are attached to the ground.
They are attached, but you can't be flung from one.
But I know, but I'm attached.
It's still dangerous.
I can go. I mean, we went to Cedar Point.
Yeah.
You know, biggest. 300-something feet, 90-something miles an hour. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
But if I'm not attached to the ground, I'm not a fan. I don't like it.
Yeah. So
I would let you go. And have your fun. Take some pictures. Let me know how it goes. Yeah. But even if we as a couple. Even if we were both on board with that kind of thing, would it be smart to both go at the same time?
No, it wouldn't be smart. Well, if you have children, no, it wouldn't be smart for both of you to go. Because if, God forbid, something happened, you've now orphaned your children.
They fall apart all the time.
Yeah, accidents happen.
Yeah. Now, the other elephant in the room is these 6 women go into space in a ship that looks like this.
It did look like a sexual toy.
Like, couldn't they have come up with a better design than this?
Well, they may be limited in what they can do in spacecraft.
I mean, I get
the slim line.
The pod on top shoots off.
It's a circumcised spacecraft.
But can't you? I mean, you can
I know.
make it look different.
I know. I mean, we tend to have dirty minds as it is. But yes, the first time I looked at it, I was like, wow, who designed that?
A dude.
A dude, definitely a dude. But yeah they could have done a little better.
So the last question that I have on the subject.
Yeah.
Is, do you think there will ever be RVs in space? Now, not like in the sense of what we know as RVs, but in the definition is a recreational vehicle. That's the definition of an
Yes.
RV. So do you think there will be some kind of recreational space pod or vehicle that people can go up into space, stay for a day or two, have a little
That's exactly what I was about to say. I foresee we'll not be around anymore.
No, we won't see it.
Lauren might not be around. Our grandchildren might not even be around to experience that. But I do believe as space travel, gets bigger, people will be vacationing on other planets, and there will be options.
Yeah, I don't know about other planets just because the expense of getting that far, because that's thousands and thousands of miles away. It takes like a week to get to Mars, but at least in our outer atmosphere, I think kind of where the space station sits in orbit. I think that you could
dock at a floating RV.
Yeah, at like a floating RV park with hookups. Sorry, we're power water only. We don't have dump. We're just dumping into space. But then you're sitting in your RV and stuff starts floating by. Like, hey, they were just dumped.
Yeah, that would be gross.
But I think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It could be hundreds and hundreds of years from now, but I think it's definitely a possibility.
I think we will be on other planets, and there will be vacation spots, and people will pay to do it.
That'd be cool. Mm-hmm. Who needs Disney?
Yeah, they'll be like
space.
Like, oh, your parents took you to Disney this summer?
Yeah.
My condolences.
Yeah. I went to the moon. So.
I went to the moon and camped. I think it will. It will happen.
All right, that's all we got for today. So leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about RV space travel, if it's possible, if it's ever going to happen. And
your thoughts on tariffs going to affect this.
And if you have an idea of something you want us to talk about, we're more than happy to do it.
Make sure you send it to him only, though. Yeah. Or put a spoiler alert on top of it so I won't read it. Go in the comments. Yeah.
So hey, stick around for just a few more seconds. We're going to honor a fallen hero. If you want to get involved with helping us help veterans, everything you need to know is right down in the description of the video. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.